Hey, welcome back to Customs by J-Mac. Video 3 on the off-road wrecker in the series. Tonight, I'm gonna come back in here and work on the floor and the firewall. Get that all closed in so I can start designing the roll cage and the roof rack and the front end of the pickup. That'll all be one piece. And I'll start planning out this cab. That's gonna be kind of a game changer as far as when it comes time to work on this thing. Especially now that the engine's under the cowling to where you can't get to anything. Now when I come in here and do this roll cage, I'm going to bring in some software that I really don't ever see here on YouTube, and I don't know why. It's a huge benefit in time and in design, and as far as saving you tube, there's nothing that will beat it out there. We're kind of keeping track here. We're now down to 73 days. Everybody, I still haven't heard from Matt, but it was the weekend. Today was Monday, so I don't know, they might have had a bunch of people to go through. I'm a small channel, you know, he might bench me. I don't have a clue. I mean, it's very possible. You know, he might look at me and say, that's no benefit to me. That'll be the end of that. Hope not, but it's totally possible. I didn't get my lights wired up last night. I didn't feel like doing electrical. I was an electrician and I just didn't feel like running conduit and pulling wire and stuff. So I am going to let you in on what's going on in the other shop where we tore this pickup apart and pulled the engine and stuff out. There's a project going on over there that is my son's project. I'm doing a ghost host or a shadow builder. I'm not taking over his channel. I'm just helping him out because he's got a 97 Toyota 4Runner that we're calling the 4Crawler, and he wants to take that to Sand Hollow, and he has 2 weekends up here before we have to leave, and the one's going to be us prepping to leave. He can do it, so I'm banging that out. That's over on his channel here on YouTube, Slim's Fury. Again, that'll be 97 Toyota 4Runner over there. I might possibly run it in the jalopy race there in Sand Hollow if I get accepted to be a competitor. Over there on his channel, he's also building this 56 Plymouth Fury. It's a total body swap onto a newer Dodge 5.7 Hemi in it. Go check that out. And hey, check out the third video. Here you go. I'm done talking. As you can see, we got the cab pulled off last night. Rolled the chassis back here. We'll get it around and we're gonna get this engine pulled. I don't see any big holes in the block or anything, so I don't think it had a rod or anything come through the side, which is good. So we can most likely rebuild this someday, but I'm gonna get this engine, get the whole drivetrain pulled out, knock the drive lines off and whatnot. Once I get that pulled off, then I will get the other engine from over there and we'll get ready to put it in. But I'm going to, I got this cart over here that's on wheels. I have this for, I set pickup boxes on here or cabs or whatever that I need to be able to shuffle around. I've got one of the ranch pickups, one of the bale bed pickups needs to come in. The exhaust manifold gaskets are out of it, so it needs to go on the 2 posts so we can pull the cab on it. So we're gonna cart this cab. I'm gonna have Slim get on that real quick and pull all the interior out of it. We're gonna pull the seats, carpet and all that. It's plumb full of cat hair. And I'm deadly allergic to cats, so I'll have him do that and see when I move this engine back, the dog box for the tranny, we're gonna have to move it back. I'm gonna want to know like how far I can cut all of this and push it back so that I can get that center of gravity more towards the middle of the vehicle and get it off that front axle. So that's where we're at. I will probably time lapse a little bit of the engine pull. There's nothing exciting there. It's just a matter of pulling the engine mounts and the tranny mounts and getting what little bit of wire goes from the engine over to the frame, probably a ground wire and stuff, but there's really not a lot to it. So Nothing that'll make good content. So that's where we're at on this, and then while I have the cab and everything off, I will get rid of this junk Dodge axle that has the disconnect and everything in it. I know I can sleeve this axle and get rid of that and reuse it. I have this Dana 60 high pinion out of a 97 F350 right here, and I have an ARB air locker from my rock crawler from back in the day that I will throw into this. That way I'll have a true full lock front end. When it's locked, I can unlock it and it'll be wide open. So that'll be great for the maneuverability and everything in this rig. And then I'm going to, my rock crawler ran 578 or 587 gears in it. So I'm going to keep this Dana 80 in the rear of this. Here it's a Dana 80, you really can't get any stronger than that. And it's got disc brakes on it, which are great for what we're doing. Not only that, but this is all set up for that, so it's perfect. I'm just going to throw a Detroit or something in the back of this. I don't think I'm going to put an ARB in it because I'm not going to want to be playing with those switches all the time. I'm either going to want the front on or off, and then the rear I'm going to want it to think for itself. So it'll get just something that'll self-operate, that I don't have to do any thinking on it. I can just go. And then I'm going to have to get a yoke elimination kit for this. I believe it's a 241 LDL transfer case. I think I'll have to do some checking, and I'll kind of get in and let you know exactly what we're doing. But so I have 3 of these transmissions, and I have 3 of the transfer cases. I had spoken with Atlas. I have a 4-speed laying around, but they said that the 4-speed will not handle the torque from this engine. I scrapped that idea. I'm not going to be putting the 4-speed in it. So I'm just going to run this stock case because, well, for one, that's what comes in it, so it's probably pretty strong, and I've got spares. If I tear one up and there's upgrades to do to the other 2, I will. But where I can just grab another T case and slap it in and go. With the budget and everything that we have on this, that's the way to go for me. I'm going to get to tearing stuff apart, and he'll get that tore all apart, and we'll get this engine, get the other engine up here, slide all these mounts back 8, 10, 12 inches, as much as I possibly can. And we'll weld them on, and then we'll set that other engine in here, and we'll cut the cab and we'll set it on. We're talking about some systems and some different stuff with the cab. I don't know if we'll get around to doing it. It's going to be kind of labor intensive, and it'd be cool, but it's one of those things that's kind of up in the air at the moment.
Today I'm going to be, well, you can't see, but I'm going to be tearing the interior out of this cab that's up here for our off-road wrecker that we're building to go to Matt's off-road games this year. So we got to get this on that cart. So we got to lower that on that cart, and then we're going to move it back there in front of the well truck. But my dad's going to remove the engine. I'm going to set you guys up here on top of the toolbox, and we're going to get it set down on this cart. Oh, you guys are still on, I forgot. Okay. We're gonna move that cab to there. And then we gotta pull this and that out. Then we have to get one of our 6-7 work pickups in here and pull the cab and do stuff to it. So we're gonna pull 2 cabs in like 1 week. It's gonna be fun, but I mean, not gonna be too fun doing the other one, but this one's fun. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys up over here on the well truck so we can start moving this cab.
Hey, Phil.
I'm going to try to clean this all out. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse, put you guys on the dash, and then I'm going to come back and take the center console, seats, everything out. I'm tearing everything. Carpet, back seat, front seat, dash. Guess I'll leave the door panels. I'm going to find a good spot to put everything from this that won't be in the way for later on. You can get my dad over there, it's funny. Yeah, this seat's gonna be really fun to take out of here. Well, I'm gonna just put you right here. Long nails. They're about a little bit bigger than my foot. I gotta put these somewhere. I'm just gonna put them on top of this. Keep falling over. We're almost falling over anyway. Dang, I'm gonna have to go get the vacuum to clean this out a little bit. All you guys are asking why we're making this wrecker when we have this wrecker that my dad built on his channel. Because this bed would not be good against rocks. Rocks would hit this, bend it, and then it would hit tires and stuff. That just ain't gonna work. And it's too long. So we gotta make our own bed. We're just gonna make it where you take like 3 bolts out, take the boom off that, slap it on the other one, and go. And then we gotta finish this good enough that we could haul a pretty good sized trailer that would hold at least 2 or 3, 4 maybe rigs, so we could take the off-road wrecker games. But I'm taking a break from working on the Plymouth so we get this started, so my dad can work on it while I'm gone. That way we could go to the wrecker games. But I gotta take a break from the Plymouth, working on that, trying to get much as done as we can. I'm gonna vacuum this. I don't know if you guys want to watch. My dad might edit it out, but I'm just gonna hold you and vacuum like that first, okay? Because I can't pull this out where it's that dirty without absolutely shedding all that cat hair and stuff that my dad's allergic to all over. Okay, I showed you that much. I'm gonna just do the rest without recording, okay? Vacuumed out. Not under the seat. Let's see which one of these fit. I think a 14 or 15. 14 first. Way too small. I think it's gonna be a 15. Okay, I'm gonna go get a ratchet now because there's a lot more room between there than I thought there was. My jibba-nose. Come this way. Thank you. Let's see if we get these backwards out first. Take this side out. So I already started. because my camera died as soon as I started. I gotta take the same amount of bolts out on this side as I did on the other side. Then we should be able to take this seat out, the dash out, the carpet out, whatever else we need to take out, I guess. What was that?
Yay, working on a down.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
The cup holder thing. I broke it right off.
Why?
Because it's a Dodge. Ford, you have to find bolt stuff. Dodge, you just break it off.
Let go. I need this.
Whoa.
What?
Look at that screw. That's a long screw, man.
Now maybe I can beat on this. Do that. It's gonna take too long. We need something more. I will show you guys when I get back to the pickup. What I just got takes air. I'm just kidding, it doesn't take air. Hey, here's your flat blade. Pew. I'm a good shot.
Got the whole shop swung around. We got the cab over here. Got the 2 posts cleared out so we can bring in another pickup and put it on there. I got the frame back here. It'll probably have to go outside so I have enough room to pull that engine off with the forklift. I'm going to pull the U-joint out of the slip yoke real quick so that when I pull this, that won't leak. Should go pretty fast, I don't know. Last Dodge I did, the U-joints just fell right out, but I'll get that taken off and get the other drive line unhooked from the transfer case and get everything kind of ready to come off. There's no sense in you coming along for that because there will be no excitement. See you when it's done.
My dad got the engine ready to pull. I'm gonna set you guys up where you can see us pulling all the stuff out of the way to get the other engine. I'm gonna move you over there after we get everything. That frame taken out, I'll set you guys up and then we'll start moving stuff to get ready. See the engine out. Where's it at? There's the engine removed.
Whoa! I think that'll do. Geez, she spun around. I just don't know. Can you throw that training tool up?
Okay, we are where we get to the engine now.
Little shop maintenance here where we had to move all of this stuff out of this area to get to the Cummins that was back here. I have the chassis all stripped down. Now it's 7:30 at night and it's cold in here, but we need to get this cab stripped down so that we can see how far we can push the engine back. So that's kind of like the next step, so that I can work on the chassis and get the engine and stuff remounted into it. So tonight I'm going to step in here and help Slim get the dash tore out of it. He's still working on the seats and the carpet. I've got most of the screws right on the surface here by the dash panel itself all stripped out already. But here we go. No way.
What? My dad just discovered the biggest thing in here. He said that it might be $1, and then this is what he found.
That's a $100 bill right there. Never was a president, but he made it onto the $100 bill. I'm keeping that. Not even
one?
splitting it. You can have the change. Yeah, I get 100. You can have a quarter. Here. Here's your half. Don't be that way. Fine, I'll take that too.
Okay.
Here, you can have this.
Oh, what is that?
One of
Dang.
those razor knife things. No way, a points file.
Dude, that thing's
Dude, there's a
freaking...
bunch of change in there.
Like how much?
Like, a bunch.
Like how much?
Bunch. I was just gonna open it and just like go and break it off. Look at all.
Might be $1. There's more than $1 in there.
Oh, there's at least I mean, look how.
Well, there's $120 in there.